Hey everyone, Scott Hansen here from NFL Red Zone, and you're watching the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. 1 hour of commercial-free podcasting starts now. Enjoy the show.
Super Fantasy Bros podcast. We are back again with the standard crew of myself, T-Gods, Matt, and Q. For today's episode, we will be wrapping up the NFC North, breaking down the Bears and the Vikings. Maybe not the most exciting division, but there's still a ton of guys and variables we need to talk about with both squads here. So let's get right into it, starting with the Chicago Bears, Chi-Town. Matt's already frozen, not even 1 minute into the pod.
That's absurd.
Love it. It's all right. Next week, Matt will be looking spicy, and he's back.
If he ever orders his mic and his camera,
I'm going to,
and his mouse and keyboard.
All right, you heard him. Everyone heard him.
We heard it live.
Monday, I will be looking like a supermodel.
Can't wait. I can't wait. All right, let's start with the Bears. First question, Justin Fields, QB1 for the Bears, is coming off a pretty mediocre rookie season where he struggled to get the ball to Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney, and the whole squad. Do we see him being fantasy relevant with the weapons around him right now?
What weapons? Not at all.
Exactly.
He's got a couple guys, but
Darnell Mooney's like a fringe top 25 player, and they've got David Montgomery. Who else?
Cole
I don't
Komet.
I liked him last year, but if we're being realistic, he's not a weapon. And Byron Pringle, he's not a weapon.
All right, everybody sleep. Everybody sleep on my tight end.
We'll touch on their wide receivers in a minute.
Pepe looks like Pepe, the bean frog.
But we're focused on Justin Fields. Does he have any relevance? Are you targeting him at all as like a backup quarterback, late round flyer, or just completely avoiding him?
Completely avoiding.
I might look at Baker before him.
Wow.
No, I would not.
As a backup. Probably not.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think I'd look at him as a backup at best. Late round flyer. If you believe in the talent, Justin Fields.
Fields or Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson. He's got weapons.
Yeah.
Love me some Garrett Wilson.
Justin Fields or Wentz?
Wentz has more weapons. And he's better.
Yeah, I guess I'd go Wentz. I don't feel good about it.
Nah,
I'd probably go Fields.
Bias.
I'd probably go Fields.
Me too. I would go Justin Fields.
Yeah.
All right, maybe backup.
Maybe it's like a backup. Tannehill or Justin Fields?
Justin Fields.
Jesus, that's
yeah. Justin Fields. No way.
Tannehill has fallen so far from grace. Last year he was so piped up in the offseason. He's going to be elite.
Who is he throwing to this year?
Robert Woods.
Oh yeah.
And the rookie isn't there a rookie?
Yeah, with Treylon Burks. First round rook. Next question. As I just mentioned, Allen Robinson, he is now out of town. Where does this move Darnell Mooney in your rankings? Is he a low-end wide receiver 2 at this point?
I'd say he's just a wide receiver 2. I wouldn't even put him on the lower end of the spectrum. I mean, he finished wide receiver 23 last year with A-Rob there. God forbid A-Rob was completely a rookie. But, I mean, he was right in that conversation last year of wide receiver 2. So what's so different about this year? If anything, he's just going to have more opportunity.
I agree. I didn't think I agreed. Then Matt explained it. Then I agreed.
I agree as well.
Change your mind.
Not if I could. I don't know about my ranking of considering him like in that mid tier of wide receiver 2. I have him at 22. So
I have him at 24.
I like a little bit more. But I do like Mooney a lot this year. I do think he has some upside to easily squeak into that top 20, top 15 area.
Trap said Mooney's top 7.
Wow. That's bold. That's spicy. I don't think you could say that with a straight face.
He's probably good because he doesn't know who that is.
You'd have to expose him like that. All right. The Bears have a plethora of unknown wide receivers. Do you think anyone has potential to be a decent wide receiver 2 here? From Byron Pringle coming over from the Chiefs, Velus Jones, 3rd round rookie wide receiver, recently acquired former 1st round pick N'Keal Harry from the Patriots. You loved him. Daz Newsome, 6th round rookie last season, who had some minor hype last offseason. Tajay Sharp.
How is he still in the league?
Decent stint in Tennessee a few years ago.
How do they have so many receivers, bro?
And Equanimous St. Brown coming over from Green Bay. And that's not even all of them. They got David Moore, who used to be on the Seahawks.
You could be making up these names and I'd have no idea. Like Velus Jones, that's not a real player.
Third round rookie this year. He's a rookie. That's understandable. You don't know.
I like Dax Newsome.
Daz Newsome. That's
a good. That's a good.
Doesn't
That's
Sharp
made
was
up.
like playing when Mariota was still on the Titans. I don't. That dude's beyond irrelevant.
Yeah, he's listed as their like 6th wide receiver on their depth chart.
They're easily over the wide receiver cap.
Yeah, they have a lot of wide receivers. I mean, it's obviously preseason too. Some of these guys are going to get cut, not make the roster. They also have Dante Pettis, if you remember his
oh my
he was supposed to be good.
brief stint of hype. So
Everybody
they just have a ton.
He should be on the practice squad.
Practice squad. That's delegated right there. Yeah, I wouldn't touch any of these guys until I see them actually do anything. I wouldn't even consider putting them on my bench.
I think N'Keal Harry has the best chance.
Yeah,
You agree?
He's
I'm gonna ride the train.
Hater. Q's with
big
me.
bust.
He sucks the least though out of all of them.
That's what I'm saying. I think he has
all day.
No.
Yeah,
N'Keal Harry is
fuck him.
booty.
You know what? I'm drafting him then.
Oh my
Last
God,
round.
Please take him. Please.
If I don't first,
He is a bust. Yeah. Don't touch any other Bears wide receivers outside of Darnell Mooney. Let's move into some cap or no cap, starting with David Montgomery. Dave Montgomery is being underdrafted at his current ADP of RB 18, 33rd overall. Cap or no cap?
No cap. He easily finishing over 18.
Yeah.
No cap as well.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Why is he so low?
I don't know.
he's
love
gonna-
me some David Montgomery.
he's going to benefit the most from Fields. I think he was injured, so it was like 22, 23.
Yeah, still he missed like 4 or 5 games and he was RB2 territory.
All right, let's do a quick Dave Montgomery name game. David Montgomery or Antonio Gibson?
Monty.
That's hard. That's
Gibson's going
really
after him.
hard.
Give me
At
my
19.
their
I think-
backups are so like
I feel
involved
like
also.
Monty's going to be relied on a lot more.
I'm
than-
taking
Yeah.
Monty all day.
Yeah, I'll go
Me
Monty.
too.
David Montgomery or Zeke?
Zeke, 100%.
Maybe if we didn't do the NFC
100%.
pod yet, but there were too many facts spit that episode that I can't go against Zeke anymore.
I'm still taking Monty. That's just me.
Oh my god, you fucking
You're
simple.
fried.
David
You're-
Montgomery or Cam Akers?
Monty.
Yeah, I'm taking Monty just because I know what I'm getting.
Cam Akers is bugs to me. I'm taking Monty as well.
Very bugs.
David Montgomery or James Conner?
Monty.
I might
Uh,
take James Conner.
I have them right next to each other. My ranks in the same tier. It's tough for me too, but I'm
James-
taking Monty's slight edge.
Bro, you can't forget James Conner finished 5.
I know he just had a hell of touchdown.
He
I
had
just can't see it
18
happening again.
touchdowns, bro.
Okay,
Uh,
good. You want that? Do you want him to have like 2?
yeah. Yeah, I think he'll probably have more like 10 to 12 instead of 18, but we'll see. I do like me some Monty. He's being drafted around where he should be. I think he still should be drafted a little bit higher, though. All right. Khalil Herbert is a top 5 handcuff. Cap or no cap?
Cap. One who's studying the handcuffs to steal. He is not on my radar.
I agree. Cap.
Wow.
He may be right outside the top 5, but he's definitely not top 5.
I would
But
agree.
if
I'm
you
saying
have
cap too.
Monty, you better bet your ass you better get Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, I would agree as well. I would agree with that. I mean, when Monty was out for like 4 games this year, and I think Herbert averaged like 20 carries a game. So like the volume is there if Monty goes down. And they didn't really add any other running backs you're scared of. Darrington Evans, he barely touched the field for the Titans. So
They got all
Herbert's
these
gonna be the
old
clear
Titan
number 2.
players.
Yeah, they do.
Chicago Titans.
Who's their new head coach? I can't remember.
Byron Pringle.
Matt Eberflus.
Eberflus.
Eberflus. Interesting.
Made up.
Nasty.
That's a made up name.
All right. Last cap or no cap. Cole Kmet has top 10 tight end potential despite being drafted as tight end 13 at his current ADP.
No cap. Easy. No
No
cap. I won't explain.
Is Jimmy Graham still on the team?
No.
Where's
he's
he at?
Washed. He's free agent right now.
Okay,
I
you
don't
can't
think
say
anyone's
he's
signed him.
washed when he still scores a touch. They had like a stretch of 2 touchdowns every game last year.
He had 3 touchdowns total last year.
Well, that came in like a 2-game span.
he did have a 2-game span where he had a touchdown back-to-back weeks, playing 20% of the snaps. He's
Jesus.
35. He's washed.
Barely even touched the field.
He's washed. Cole Kmet, top 10.
Yeah, he has the potential. Because that bunch of tight ends down towards top 8 to 14, any of them could get into the top 10.
Definitely. All right, let's do some bold takes for the Bears. Matt, start us off. What do you got?
All right. We talked about this guy a little bit. Q's a hater, but Darnell Mooney will finish a top 20 wide receiver this year. Like I said, he finished 23 last year. I think his role is just going to even be bigger this year. He's definitely going to be Justin Fields' go-to guy with the no names that are going to be lining up across from him. So I think he's going to be relied heavily on in the passing game. So, volume's going to be there. He's a great receiver, great route runner. As long as Justin Fields can get him the ball, he should have no problem getting into that top 20.
Love me some.
The problem's getting him the ball.
Justin Fields, he practices, bro. All right. He's learning.
Does he practice well?
He's out there practicing.
He be practicing.
What do you got for us?
Well, we were just talking about Justin Fields. I believe he finishes outside of the top 15 because his weapons are so bleh. Outside of Mooney, who I'm not that high on either. But to be a little more positive, Monty, we just talked about him. I think David Montgomery finishes at the top 15 running back. He has the easiest schedule this year for running backs. And I think as long as he's healthy, I don't think Herbert will play too much of a part. You just have to hope that Fields isn't going to be running too much. And his little baby arm, at least he can get it to Monty on a dump off or something. So I think you can count on Monty to be top 15.
I respect it a lot. I will touch on that and go one step further. David Montgomery finishes top 10 again.
That's more than a step further.
It's a leap further, I guess you could say. You did miss 4 games last year. One sec while I do some quick maths. Quick, not quick enough.
Hurry.
He averaged 15 points per game in the games they did play last year. Definitely RB1 territory right there. And David Montgomery obviously has proven in the past that he can be an RB1 as well, finishing as RB4 in 2020.
Jesus.
They pretty much feed him no matter what. He played 2 less games than he did in 2020 and had only 20 less carries. So he was on pace to actually have more carries last year. He's still heavily involved in the passing game, has 40 plus catches in each of the last 2 seasons. Love me some Montgomery. Draft him again. This team doesn't have much going for it aside from him. As long as he's healthy and on the field, he will be a rock solid running back. And I do think he can finish in the top 10.
Is he the modern day Forte?
Nah.
No.
Forte
He's
was
not going to catch as many passes. Forte was like an 80 to 100 catches.
Yeah, he was a receiver.
Yeah. He lived off of the catching out of the backfield.
With his bald ass head.
Yo.
All right, T-Gods. What do you got?
Well, first I want to say don't ever make me go last again, please. I hate going last.
I just want to
last.
go after Q because he had Monty, and
I know. I'm just kidding.
Step up.
It's not that deep. So I'm gonna say that Cole Kmet finishes inside of the top 10, and I think that that's more of a favorite target than a bold take. I don't think this is very bold. We talked about Jimmy G and A-Rob leaving. They only combined for 89 targets, though. Isn't that like?
They just weren't targeting A-Rob. It made no sense.
I don't understand. But either way, even with them there last year, Cole Kmet had 60 receptions, 612 yards, and averaged 10.2 yards per reception, which is pretty good, and no touchdowns. If he could just get touchdowns, guaranteed top 10, lock it in. He's going to have another year of Justin Fields, just getting better, building chemistry. So I think that Cole Kmet is someone that is perfect for someone like me who likes to wait on their tight ends and not reach.
Cole Kmet or Albert O?
Cole Kmet all day.
All day.
All day. I don't like Albert O.
All day, every day, buddy.
We talked about that in one of our first episodes. Someone asked about Russell Wilson. I just don't think he throws the tight end that much.
He doesn't.
Can
we please do the AFC West now?
No, not yet. We're saving them. They're the best division to talk about. All right, let's move on to the Vikings. Q, you're going to like talking about this guy, Kirk Cousins. But Kirk Cousins has yet to break into the top 10 quarterbacks since joining the Vikings in 2018. He's finished 11 each of the past 2 seasons. Is there any chance he breaks into the top 10 this year?
Fucking right.
Why isn't there?
I don't know. I don't have a reason there isn't.
New offensive head coach. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let me give you some information before you decide to doubt. He has Justin Jefferson, who's top 2 wide receiver in the league. He has Dalvin Cook. He has Adam Thielen. That trio is probably the top 5 trio in NFL. He has Irv Smith Jr. who's returning. Like I said, they have a new offensive-minded head coach. The last 2 years ranked 5th in throwing early down. So he's going to be slinging it, and he's not slinging it to Darnell Mooney and Venus Serena Williams, whatever his name was. He has weapons. And last year, PFF ranked the 4th best quarterback. So he's good. The floor is yours, buddy.
Hate to break it to you, but Kirk Cousins is mid. Kirk Cousins in 2018 and 2019 had Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen in his prime and finished 13th and 19th on the same team. Finished 11th each of the last 2 years with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen.
So he's improving.
The only thing that he finished 11th. He was better in Washington when he had no weapons. He finished 5th and 6th way earlier in his career. He's now 33. He's getting older. He's on the downturn of his career. He's already past his prime, which was mid. Kirk Cousins is an average quarterback, maybe slightly above average, not top 10.
Better than
right
Dak.
Outside the top 10. He's like 13, 14. He's been there his whole career. He's going to stay there this year. I'm not excited about Kirk Cousins. The only argument you can have is that the offense may pass more, but that just makes me more scared of Kirk making more mistakes. He doesn't throw that many picks though, but it scares me that he may.
I'm just worried that I don't want him to be this year's Tannehill where he's hyped up and then is stinky, but I don't believe that because he has better weapons than Tannehill.
This year's Mixon where everybody hops aboard.
Okay, settle down, buddy.
And Sean is crying on his knees saying, I was wrong.
Yo, I will admit I'm wrong if I'm wrong on Kirk Cousins, but he's been in Minnesota for 4 years with an elite duo wide receiver every single season.
Not all 4 years.
All right, maybe 1 year he didn't have. But Diggs, he had Diggs in 2018 and 2019.
Oh, you're right. Diggs wasn't that good yet.
J-Jeff. Yeah, he had J-Jeff in 2020 and 2021. Diggs was that good. He just wasn't good because of Kirk. I didn't believe in Diggs back then, and now I believe in him because now he is a good quarterback.
Changing T-God's mind.
What?
We'll see.
Don Swain, your opinion on Kirk?
I mean, he is still mid. Like in my book, he's still like.
He's definitely not elite, but
he's not elite.
He's not.
One of the
he's better than Joe Flacco.
Oh my God, light years better.
Where did that come from?
Right. Just thought of like quarterbacks that tried to be considered elite.
Joe Flacco was elite.
Stop. Let's move on. Justin Jefferson has finished as wide receiver 6 and wide receiver 4 in each of his first 2 seasons as an elite number 1 option. Is he worthy of being taken as the first wide receiver off of the board with this new offensive-minded head coach?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Or 1A, 1B.
Look at you crazy.
No. Oh, okay. You know what? I changed my mind. Cooper Kupp, easily the first one. Easily.
I got J-Jeff over him in my ranks.
That's fine.
I'm all in on J-Jeff just because I think Thielen obviously continues to get older, stays banged up a little bit here and there. It's J-Jeff season, baby.
Bro, if you're at the draft and you're looking at the stickers and you have Cooper Kupp and J-Jeff, you're just easily,
I'll be happy with either one.
Just like easily not even thinking about
flip
it.
a coin.
Easily not thinking about it. J-Jeff.
So you guys, you are right. So that's why I'm trying to make myself believe that J-Jeff is better because I think he will be better. But if I have the stickers, I'm putting Kupp on the board.
How can you not? Kupp went
it's
crazy.
So hard to repeat. I don't know. It's always someone different.
AB did it.
Name someone before AB.
AB's AB.
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. Maybe Julio, maybe Calvin Johnson. I don't know.
Dez Bryant.
Bryant, baby.
I think Kupp will be top 5 too, but I think J-Jeff overtakes him as number 1. All right. Last question here before some cap or no cap. Dalvin Cook missed 4 games last season and played less than 55% of the snaps in an additional 4 games. So essentially almost missed half the season. played banged up through a few games. He did still manage to finish RB16. How nervous are you about drafting Dalvin Cook this year?
I'll take
know,
him number 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let
I'm
T-Gods go
always
off.
nervous. Bro, he always finds ways to just like miss games or.
It's never like
It's
that
so
many to where it's
frustrating.
like the worst, but it's like you're
But
just
it's not
always
good.
scared every week.
Always
Yeah.
scared. Always, always, always scared. Unless your name is Matt Pearson.
Not scared. He's the GOAT.
Maybe his new number will give him some new luck. I think he's like
I hope
number
so.
4 now.
I'm drafting him still as a top 10 running back, RB1, no doubt about it. Like, still taking him. But in the back of my mind, I am still somewhat nervous. How important is it that you get Madison on your roster? If you get Cook?
You have
Absolutely.
to. Literally next pick if you have to. Like, you need him.
Yeah, you have to reach a round above Madison's ADP to make sure you get Madison
Yes.
on that roster.
Once you get Cook, like literally analyze the board to see when you'll have to take him. I mean, you can't really predict that, but just be prepared.
Just look at
You're gonna have
ADP,
to-
look where he's usually going. Make sure you reach one round early.
If you have someone like Q in your league, it might have to be 2 rounds.
Yeah, you might have to take him second round, buddy.
Yeah, watch out for the handcuff stealer, handcuff bandit.
See, I gotta put this thought into people's heads for our draft. Don't think you're safe. I'll
I'm
take
not safe.
Justin Herbert, and then I'll take Tony Pollard right after.
All right,
I
let's
don't
do some
have-
cap or no cap. Cap or no cap. Adam Thielen is being underdrafted at wide receiver 28, 72nd overall.
Cap. I think it's right where he belongs.
Yeah,
No cap.
Cap.
I have him at
Cap.
37.
Yeah, I have him lower too.
Where
I have
hold
him at
on.
36.
But if
He is
he's
a
healthy,
Machine.
yeah, if he's healthy, he can have those 3 touchdown games.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still like targeting him as a flex, but I'm just keeping my expectations tempered. I'm just scared of re-injury, and I'm also scared that like the volume is clearly all going to Jefferson at this point. He is like a beast in the red zone, but if he's not catching touchdowns, he's going to be putting up like 6 to 10 points.
I'd be happy with him as my flex though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
feel
have Thielen
comfy.
as your flex, your team is monstrous.
I mean his ABP is flex range, so that's where I'm taking him.
I would take Gabe Davis over him though.
Oh my God, what?
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
You
Well, I didn't
talk-
say we all would.
That's absurd, buddy.
Did you see his squat?
No, I don't watch men's squat.
Yeah, you do.
Matt's thirsty. All right, next cap or no cap. Irv Smith Jr. should be drafted in 100% of leagues despite his ADP of tight end 15. Cap or no cap?
No cap.
No cap.
I mean,
Hughes
he's
got
just
me on this take about this
No
new
cap.
offensive coordinator, so I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot more.
At least on early downs. I don't know what's a late down, but I guess after second.
or like.
I'm gonna
Do
say-
you really think
Go
he's
ahead.
gonna be startable?
I do.
Yes.
You do.
I love Irv Smith. That's bias.
Let's.
So is everything.
I just believe in the talent, and I think he can also become that new red zone target if Thielen has lost a step.
So would you rather have him or Noah Fant?
Him easy all day.
Dawson Knox?
I'd rather have Dawson Knox. I don't have him ranked inside my top 12. I have him at like 15. No, I have him at 16.
Cole Kmet.
Taking Cole Kmet over him as
Yeah.
well.
What?
I do think
I'll
he
take
should be
Irv.
owned. I think I'd stack Cole Kmet and Irv Smith, and I think you'd be set. Because if I'm drafting Cole Kmet, I'd want another tight end just in case.
Yeah.
Just to be safe. If I'm taking a late tight end after the bunch, maybe like Dawson Knox would be like the last one I'd take by himself. I want someone else paired with everyone else after that point
I agree.
because it's too scary. Last cap or no cap, KJ Osborne will sneakily finish as a top 40 wide receiver and a decent weekly flex option.
Cap. If you're worried
Any
about
super
Thielen, you're
stars, man.
definitely worried
Yeah.
about KJ.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
saying cap as well. I do think his value is only if someone gets injured. I do think I'm excited about his talent, but just on this depth chart, I just don't think he's going to get enough volume.
Volume is not going to be there.
Nah. Not this year, KJ. Maybe next year.
Sorry.
Let's do some bold takes, favorite targets, interesting stats. What do we got?
Just plain and simple. Favorite target, obviously. Draft Kirk Cousins. Not a flashy name. He did finish outside top 10 last 2 years, but he has increased. 11 is better than 13 and 19 or whatever those last two numbers you said. He has top 5 weapon group in the league, and he is better than a lot of your favorite quarterbacks. So draft him. He is probably one of the best non-running quarterbacks. Maybe he'll start running. Then top 5 Captain Kirk.
Yes, sir. You
Kirk or
like that?
Dak?
You like that?
You like that?
Kirk or Dak?
Kirk. I have
Dak.
Kirk ahead of him.
Dak.
I'm-
Kirk has better weapons than him.
I might take her.
Dak's better than him.
Nah.
Yes.
All right, T-Gods, what do you got?
Okay, so me and Matt have went back and forth for a few years now on who the better quarterback is, Derek Carr or Kirk Cousins. And I am here to admit that I was wrong. The better quarterback is Kirk Cousins. Derek Carr finished over Kirk Cousins one time ever, and that was as the quarterback 17, I believe, in 2019. He had 2 more fantasy points than Derek Carr. I mean, he had 2 more fantasy points than Kirk Cousins. Yeah, I mean, Matt, you were right. Derek Carr.
To tell you.
If I think Kirk Cousins stinks and he could like put up these numbers, then Derek Carr must really stink.
It might be a different storyline this year, though. Derek Carr now has like a stud wide receiver 1.
I can only
Yeah.
pray.
I'm sticking with Derek Carr this year over Kirk.
Of course you are.
Just this year.
Just
I
'cause
do
like
think
him.
Kirk overall is
Hater.
probably better. All right, Matt, what do you got?
I'm gonna go
Continue
above
the
beyond.
Kirk love train.
Yeah, choo choo. Kirk Cousins will finish as a top 8 fantasy quarterback. Mark my words. Put it in stone. Do whatever you want to. Kirk Cousins is breaking the curse of finishing 11. He's gonna sneak into the top 10, and he's gonna finish number 8. The weapons around him are too good for him not to succeed. He's not a bad quarterback, Sean. I'm happy you can at least admit that he's at least mid. He has enough talent to get it done. The weapons around him are just too good. Kirk Cousins, top 8. That's it.
He's finishing over Kyler. He's finishing over Lamar.
That's
just add that.
I'm not saying
Not
that.
my God.
definitely over
Stop.
Kyler. He's finishing over Kyler.
I'll bet
I'll
that
put
right now.
$5
$10.
on it. Just 5. I don't care
Alright,
that much about
just
that.
5.
Actually,
Lock it
fuck
in.
Kyler Murray. Put 10 on it.
Put 10
Put
on it
10
right
on
now. Give me Kyler all day in that, barring injury, of course.
Matt, I respect the take, but ever since you said that Sam Darnold was going to finish top 12, I can't believe a word that comes out of your mouth about quarterbacks.
Oh my God, he just jinxed.
That was
Kirk.
more of a pipe dream.
Uh-huh.
Lil Kev
Kirk
also
will-
agreed. Dak over Kirk. Just
He's a Cowboys fan.
Dak is better. What do you like? It's not about being a Cowboys fan.
Not
All
that.
right, I'll wrap it up for the Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. finishes top 10 among tight ends. This one's a little bit more bold. I do like Irv Smith a lot. I believe in the talent, and I do think he's going to be a big weapon for Kirk this year in the red zone. Adam Thielen, as I've mentioned multiple times, still gives me
How
the
many
heebie-jeebies
times
a
are you
little
gonna
bit.
fucking say it?
I do think he's just gonna he's not gonna be elite Adam Thielen like we've come to know and love. I do think he's still going to be very involved in this offense, and I hope he's able to stay healthy throughout the season. But I think Irv Smith establishes himself as the third passing option and a red zone threat for this team every single game. So lock it in, top 10. It's not that hard to be a top 10 tight end. Irv Smith's got it.
Thielen, top 20.
Hey, I mean, Sean, you're going to need Kirk to put in some work here. So
That's what I'm trying to figure out. How he's going to finish top 10? Is he going to throw it to himself?
Well, I mean, Kirk
Um,
had 33 touchdowns last year and finished outside the top 10. So I think if
Someone just
Irv
had a
can
better
catch
season.
8 to 10 of those, he'll be a
15
top 10
to
tight end.
15 to Thielen, 3 to Cook. Irv Smith, nothing.
Nah. Sorry, bud. All right. If anyone has any questions for us in the chat, feel free to drop them while we do some trivia. Also, feel free to play along with some trivia. Q, what do we got today?
Pretty light on the trivia. That's my fault. But 3 questions today. If you're all ready, I can start.
I was born ready.
Okay. So 2020, 2019, Dalvin Cook finished as a top 10 running back. Actually, top 20 running back. We'll say that. Top 15. We'll say top 15 just to lower the number. Who was the last running back in Minnesota, which was 2014, to finish top 15 as a top 15 running back for the Vikings? So the last running back before Dalvin Cook who finished top 15 was in 2014. Who am I? He finished number 14.
Q, are you trying to play with me right now? Are you fucking with me?
It was the same 2014.
Bro, it
the
has
same
to be the obvious answer, right?
I don't know. I'm scared.
2014, the same year that Joik Bell finished, which was the last week.
All right,
not
I'm
saying
just right. I can't.
I'm not second guessing.
I'm gonna be really pissed though.
It's not gonna be him, but like, who else is it gonna be?
I wonder what you guys are thinking.
There's a couple that I highly doubt it could be, but there's a couple names in my head that I'm just like, would Q scum me like this?
You all have an answer?
I'm ready.
I wrote mine.
It was Matt Asiata.
No, I knew it. You scumbag. You scummed me. It was not Peterson. Curly in the chat called it. He said
almost
not
did
Peterson.
that. I almost thought about doing that type of trick question.
Matt
Scum.
Asiata. Scumbag.
He was my RB1.
between Matt Asiata and Jerick McKinnon, and I was like, who was decent that year?
That's
All right.
bullshit.
He had some last Jerick McKinnon relevance was also in Minnesota, but I didn't think it was top 15 relevance.
All right. So we're going to go back in the time machine a little bit more. Wait, let me just see. Okay. So in 2018, these two teams both had top 10 tight ends. Can you name them?
What year?
2018. So not too long ago, these two teams, the Bears and the Vikings, both had top 10 tight ends.
So who were the top 10 tight ends for each team in 2018?
Yeah, there was
Damn.
only one for each.
All right. One, I know for sure.
Why can't I think?
This next question, so it's a time filler. Big question.
Nice. Trying to think of the Bears tight end. I don't know if it was 2018 or not. Ooh. Oh, what was that guy's name?
It just popped in my head when it popped in yours. I don't know his name though, but I know exactly who you're thinking of.
Oh
I already
my
know
God,
who you're
what's
thinking
his
of.
name? What's his name?
I don't know if you guys are on the same page.
I think we are.
I think we are.
Oh, what's his name? Whatever. I'm just gonna write not him because I can't remember his name.
2, 3.
All right. I got my two. Matt's still thinking hard body.
Bro, who the fuck was on the Bears?
Well,
Yeah.
you've got 49 seconds.
My answers are locked in. Look,
Matt,
have Weiland.
You locked? Yeah,
attempt.
that was
Oh
that was
shit!
wild.
I know it.
I doubt he's reading the chat, so we'll let him. I hope he knows it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So for the Vikings, it was Kyle Rudolph. That may have been
That one was the easy one.
So the Bears, it was
Bart smell his butt nut.
Trey Burton. I said 2018.
Trey
Burton. Oh my God.
That's not who I was talking about.
That's not who
Who
I
were
was
you
talking
talking-
about either.
I was talking about the dude that like
The dude
destroyed
that
his
broke
leg. Yeah.
Oh,
He was nice.
Zach Miller.
Zach
Yeah.
Miller. Was he top 10 for the Bears? No,
No,
because he got hurt. But
and
he was
Matt-
nice that year.
If I said the last top tight end, top 10 tight end, it would have been Bennett would have been next.
Fuck.
All right, so
I wrote Jimmy Graham because Q just loves Jimmy Graham.
surprisingly,
It wasn't Jimmy
So
Graham.
did
I
I
got
know.
2018.
Jimmy Graham was the last week's trivia question.
All right, so I guess this is a big point question because there are 13 available points to get.
13.
Oh my God, what?
I don't know. I guess we can. Whoever gets the most wins. That's what we'll do. Whoever gets the most right. So there are 13 sports cities in the U.S. that have all 4 major sports. I'll give you 4 minutes for this. Can you name for just whoever scores the most, whoever gets the most right gets a point, I guess. And 13 points would be a lot.
I don't know hockey.
Well, you better start thinking, bud.
I'm just gonna write random cities.
Mercedes Lewis.
I gotta rack my brain for this, dude.
If anyone's joining us, I'm asking who are the 13 major cities that have all 4 major sports. There was a question for soccer included, but that would be OP.
Stop right now.
One, two. All right, maybe there's 12. These 2 websites have 2 different things, so one's missing from one.
This is hard. I'm going through like every city.
I have 6 written down so far.
I have 5.
Looks is Matt gonna take this one? Does he know his cities at least?
I just got my 6th. I think all 6 are right now. Oh man,
I want to see why isn't Lil Kev answering?
he's thinking, dude. This is a lot of cities to write down.
13.
I can't think of any other freaking cities.
We're about to be 2 minutes in.
Oh my god, I'm struggling.
Geek, you're just in time for the last trivia question. If you're still here, I asked them, can you name the 13 cities that have all 4 major sports teams in them?
I'm struggling right now. I can't think of any cities.
There are 2
Like
minutes
I'm missing.
left.
I'm just gonna have to just start writing cities and praying.
Does Kev not know his cities? 64 teams combined in those 13 cities.
It's a lot of teams. I have 8 written down.
13 viewers, they all better be answering. All right, about to be at 3 minutes. Then it'd be 1 minute remaining.
I have 9. And I
Geek
think
said
they're
Writing down
Harrisburg.
cities that I think are wrong at this point, and I'm just trying to get something down to get to 13.
Jeff said Harrisburg. Albuquerque.
Jeff, you're wiling out. Ooh, just got one that I forgot. How'd I forget that? I feel like I'm forgetting some obvious ones, but can't really do much else.
I'm going off this website, so if there's any confusion, don't yell at me.
Okay, Q. I believe in you. How much time?
15 seconds.
All right, I need one more city. Although I'm probably wrong on most of these.
8
Go
seconds. 5 seconds.
Oh my god.
3.
That clock is moving.
1.
I got my cities.
I even gave you an extra 0.67 of a second.
Thank you.
This is bullshit.
Okay, we'll just start in the order of how this chart goes. So we've got Detroit.
Wow,
Wait,
I
wait,
missed
wait.
the first one. Are you kidding me?
I got that one. I got that one.
Oh, let's go. Boston,
Got that
Yep.
one.
Chicago,
Got that
Got
one.
it.
Uh-huh.
Dallas,
Got that one.
Got it.
New York,
Got
that
it.
one.
Minnesota,
Uh-huh.
Got
that
it.
one.
Philly,
Got it.
LA,
Got it.
Miami,
Got it.
Washington, D.C.
No.
Who's Miami's the Hurricane?
Florida Panthers.
Yeah, some of those cities were like it had like a Florida.
Yo,
But,
see, I wasn't naming those, you fucking.
But you got Dallas, and they've
You
got
got
the
Dallas.
Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. Okay,
'Cause
the
I
other
just
ones.
wrote that panicking.
There were other ones. There's Denver.
Yep.
These ones that might be the ones that screw you guys over. There's San Francisco.
Didn't get that.
I was
They-
gonna say that,
They've got the Raiders and Phoenix.
I got Phoenix.
bro. I was gonna
Well,
say.
wait, that's just because they're considering Phoenix. Oh, I guess that is Arizona.
Yep. I
Cardinals.
got it.
I shitted. I only got 7.
I
Me
got
too.
You
New
got
York,
Detroit. That's all that mattered. They didn't get it.
LA, Philly, Dallas, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Denver, Phoenix, Miami, Boston, and Minnesota. I didn't get 2 of them. I got 11. I put St. Louis and I put New Orleans.
Can I count Tampa as Miami?
No,
Is
Tampa's
there?
a good guess though.
There's only 2 Tampa teams.
There's no Tampa basketball team. There's 3: the Rays,
Miami Heat.
Lightning, and Bucks. But they don't have basketball. No Tampa basketball, Matt. Sorry.
Tampa Heat.
The Tampa Heat, the Tampa Magic. All right. Any questions in the chat? I'm not seeing much.
Put a 1 in the chat if you agree that Kirk will be a top 10 quarterback.
Please don't. Please don't do it.
Throw your ones up.
I'm putting a 2 in the chat. Lil Kev got 5 of the cities. They were all right, though. Appreciate y'all playing trivia in the chat. That's a wrap for this episode. It's a wrap for the NFC North as a whole. We are
That
now.
question made my brain hurt.
Yeah, I need
really
a
had to
nap
think for that one. Yeah. We are now fully finished with the NFC, and we already have a division done in the AFC, which means we only have 3 divisions left before we get into our rankings episodes in August. So stay tuned for those. We will be back on Monday starting the AFC South.
Let's
and I'm
go.
gonna look so good. I'm gonna look so good. I promise.
Matt, who's in the AFC South? Go.
Cut it. Cut it.
The Jaguars, Matt.
Just them.
Just
The
them.
Jaguars, Colts, Texans. It was the 4th one.
Titans.
Yeah.
All right. There's a reason I don't know.
If you're still here on Twitch, make sure to throw us a follow, turn on notifications so you don't miss us when we're live. Throw us a sub on YouTube as well if you do miss us when we're live. We're also on Spotify, Apple Music for the audio version of our podcast. And of course, all social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Go follow us there for more content. Just search Super Fantasy Bros. You will find us. See you guys on Monday. Peace.